Welcome to KX News on the Go. I'm Chance Stickland. The Cedar River fire is now 100% contained after it burned just under 9,000 acres. But it wasn't the only fire burning in the state. There was also a wildfire on Saturday that was east of Highway 1804 in Emmons County. It's also now out. This was video, though, showing North Dakota National Guards making water drops on it. All in all, they dropped 17 buckets. That's roughly 10,000 gallons of water. That one burned about 3,000 acres. Another wildfire reported Saturday afternoon, this one near McCluskey. Officials say it is also out as well, but it did burn around 3,500 acres. According to Goodrich Volunteer Fire Department Chief Brian Galvin, 2 first responders were injured and 1 rescue truck was destroyed. Other wildfires have also been reported around North Dakota by various monitoring sites and services. For a complete list of all those, head on over to KXNet.com. Lawmakers are considering a bill that could help strengthen the state's fight against hunger. House Bill 1143 would set aside $5 million to help build a bigger Great Plains food bank. The funding would come from the state's Strategic Investment and Improvements Fund and be managed by the Agricultural Commissioner. The money can only be used for the construction of a charitable food distribution and logistics center that will cover costs like land, labor, materials, and equipment. Supporters say the new facility is greatly needed. The Great Plains Food Bank is the only one here in North Dakota. In 2023, it served more than 150,000 people across the state, and demand is growing.
1 in 5 North Dakotans who have turned to us or our charitable feeding network to receive food assistance, and that's also 1 in 4 children who have used any of our programs as well. So we definitely are reaching a wide variety of people across the entire state to make sure that they have access to food for their next meal.
And if the bill passes, the grant program would begin in July of this year. All right, state lawmakers passed a bill that could mean public libraries have to keep inappropriate material away from kids. In a close 49-45 vote, the House passed Senate Bill 2307, which means public and school libraries must move any obscene content into an area that's not easily accessible to minors, such as a cabinet with a sign or behind a roped-off area where only adults are allowed. The bill also means that libraries and school districts must report to legislative management next year on how they're complying with the law. A complaint against content in a library could be sent to a county state's attorney to investigate and give an opinion within 2 months. Senator Keith Bain from Mandan sponsored the bill, arguing that some activists are using legal loopholes to push a sexual agenda. Now, under the law, if a state's attorney finds a violation, the school district would be notified along with the superintendent of public instruction and must take corrective action within 10 days. Here's Andre now with a quick check of your forecast.
Well, thank you so much, Chance. And looking here in Dickinson right now, we are seeing such a beautiful start to our day. Look at those sort of cotton candy sort of colors in the sky right now. It's looking pretty nice. And temperatures are at 25 degrees and the winds are out of the south at 8 miles per hour. But as we head into Williston, even better. Look at that sunrise, y'all. That is looking pretty good here this morning with those very vibrant colors too. And temperatures are at 26 degrees and the winds are out of the south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Now we're currently seeing those mainly sunny conditions with a few fair weather clouds near Williston and just north of Bismarck. But other than that, things are looking really good as we start out our Tuesday here. As we head into our current temperatures, our temperatures at the moment are mainly in the 20s at this time. So it's a very cool start to our day. And this is cooler than what we were seeing this time yesterday, about 5 to 15 degrees cooler than we were seeing. So that really lets you know that that cold front the other day meant business. But these temperatures are expected to increase a little bit further throughout the day. And I'm about to show you that in just a little bit. And our winds are out of the south and west, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, these winds aren't going to be too strong throughout the day, but however, it's enough to kick up some concerns for some fires throughout the day today in our western counties. And this is because this is where the drought is at its worst, and this is where we're seeing a high to very high threat. And this includes Williston and Dickinson, so make sure you're being careful throughout the day. Other than that, we are seeing a moderate threat of fires in the rest of our viewing area. Now, we have our area of high pressure that's giving us those slight breezy winds, and it's going to increase those temperatures over the next couple days as it continues to progress its way towards the south and east, and it's going to help keep things quiet around here over the next couple days too. And then we're going to be watching this area, a little pressure here that may provide us with some rain chances. I'm about to dive in that in just a little bit here. Now, if you're going to wash your car today, folks, it looks like it's going to be a good day to do so because temperatures will be in the 60s with those mainly sunny skies with the light winds, and our highs for today will be in the 60s too. And that means that our spring meter will be at a level 4, and these temperatures will run about 5 to 15 degrees above normal for this time of year. And once we get into tonight, temperatures will drop on down into the 30s and maybe even a few low 40s as well. So it's going to be a milder morning once we wake up into our Wednesday, and we will see those temperatures increase, however, into the 50s by the time we get into our 11 o'clock hour. And then as we head into our 5 o'clock hour, temperatures will increase further into the 60s and 70s. So if you want to go outside, do a little hiking, do a little biking, is going to be the perfect day to do so with those mainly sunny conditions. And then once we get into our late Wednesday into Thursday, we're going to be watching an area, a low pressure pushing into our viewing area, and that's going to increase the chances of some rain and maybe some wet snow mixing in at times once we get into late Wednesday into our Thursday. And that is going to be well needed because we still do need the moisture around here, so that is something to keep in mind. Now, looking here in Williston, we will see those temperatures drop as a result of this system on Thursday and Friday, with temperatures dropping down into the 40s. But once we get into the day on Saturday, those temperatures will then increase into the 60s with those mainly sunny conditions. And for Dickinson, about a carbon copy here, with temperatures nearly 70 as we get into the day on Wednesday, and then dropping down into the 40s for our Thursday and Friday. And for Minot, those temperature swings will just continue to be on the up and down swing. But however, we will see those temperatures increase back up into the 60s as we head into the weekend after that cool down on Thursday and Friday. And once we get into Bismarck, about a carbon copy as well of that, with temperatures in the 60s during our weekend, just in time for Easter. So chance, it looks like conditions are just going to continue to be on that roller coaster trend.
They sure are. All right, Andre, thank you so much. For everyone here at KX News, I'm Chance Thicklin. Have a great day.